Hello and welcome to today's hip opening or hip release class. We're going to be doing a little bit of a Vinyasa Flow. So I encourage you to come down to seated, get comfortable sitting right on your sit bones, and we're going to start with a simple breathing exercise to get us ready for this lovely flow today. So I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. I encourage you to close your eyes and find your peace. Again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. So we're going to do a 3-part breath. So this involves coming in, inhaling in from the stomach, the rib cage, and then the collarbones. So we're going to start by inhaling from the stomach, the ribs, collarbones, and slowly exhale all the way out. Inhale from the stomach, the ribs, collarbones, and all the way out. Inhaling through the stomach, the ribs, collarbones, and all the way out. Inhaling through the stomach, the ribs, the collarbones, and all the way out. Then simply bring a deep breath in and all the way out. Now I encourage you to bring your feet together, and you're just going to simply slide them a little bit closer to your hips and bring your knees up and down in a little bit of a butterfly to get your hips warm. Find yourself comfortable, moving them slightly up and down. And with a slight little bit of pressure, you're going to bring the knees slightly down, but really just what feels comfortable. And you're going to slightly move towards the right, into the middle, towards the left, and all the way back up. Over to the right, into the middle, over to the left, and back up. If it feels more comfortable, you can bring your hands onto the ground and bring yourself really over to the left, to the right, into the middle, over to the left, and back up. And then you're going to go the opposite way, over to the left, into the middle, over to the right, and back up. So bringing yourself into all fours. We're going to do a little bit of a wildcat to really get the circulation moving in the hips. So bring all the way back down towards the right, bringing your hips over onto the ground, over onto the left, and circle all the way back round. Again, on to the right, onto the front, really moving your hips. And then for the third time, on towards the right, round the middle, to the left, and back. Then the left side, circling it round, all the way to the right, then to the left, all the way round, onto the right, back up, and one more time on the left, all the way round. Then coming back into neutral, you're going to come into a small sumo squat, and then bring your hands all the way down to prayer. And you're going to use your elbows to kind of push your knees away from you. You're just going to move your hips from side to side. Then from here, you're going to release the right hand down and bring the left arm all the way up. And look all the way up to the sky. With the right hand still pushing against the right knee. Then bring your hands back down to prayer, pushing the knees away from each other. Release the left hand down and bring the right arm all the way up to the sky. And try and make sure that your knees don't fall in. Really try to push them away themselves. Bring your hands back down to prayer. From here, you're going to put your hand to the ground. You're going to push yourself all the way up, bending your knees as much as you need, and just slowly trying to straighten them. And then all the way back down into the sumo squat and into prayer. Releasing the hands, pushing yourself down onto the mat and straightening your legs slowly. And then all the way back down again into sumo squat. And then back all the way up, pushing yourself up. From here, you're going to bring yourself into downward facing dog, and you're going to walk your feet out. And you're going to slowly walk your feet to the top of the mat, where your hands are, and again walk your feet out, bending your knees as much as you need. And slowly lift yourself all the way up, and bring yourself all the way back down. Then halfway up, into tabletop, and release and let yourself back down. All the way back up, little mini back bend, and then all the way over. You can step or hop into plank pose, and come slowly down into chaturanga. From here, upward facing dog, tucking your toes and pushing yourself back into downward facing dog. Walking the legs out. Slowly walk yourself up to the top of your mat, and bring yourself all the way back up. All the way back down, and then halfway up, tabletop, and release yourself down. All the way back up, little mini back bend, and all the way back down. Step or hop yourself into plank pose, and then push all the way down, chaturanga, up to upward facing dog, tucking the toes back into downward facing dog, walking yourself back up to the top of the mat, all the way back up, and all the way back down. Halfway up, and release yourself down. All the way back up, little mini back bend, and all the way back down, and then step or hop yourself into plank pose. Slowly down to chaturanga, up to upwards facing dog, tuck the toes back into downward facing dog, and walk yourself out. And walk yourself to the top of your mat. Now you can realign yourself to make yourself comfortable. And from here, let your arms hang and try and hold on to the side of your elbows. And shift your weight from the right to the left, cradling yourself and releasing and letting go of anything that you're holding on to. Bring yourself all the way back up, hands down to prayer. From here, you're going to shift your weight onto your left leg, raising your right leg up. You're going to bring it back into crescent lunge. Once you have your balance, bring your arms all the way up. You're then going to flatten your back foot, the right, and straighten your left. You're going to bring your hips over, and with the left hand, bring it down towards the ground. If you can, bring it all the way down. If not, here, and you're going to straighten your right hand up, and you're going to turn yourself over towards the right. Breathing in and breathing out. Then, slowly shorten your stance ever so slightly. Bring your left hand onto your left leg, and you're going to bring it up and over towards the left so that you really feel that stretch on the right hand side. Breathing in and out, just being present. Then if you can, lower your hand onto the ground. For stability, you're going to turn your right foot to facing the same way as your left foot. And you're going to bring your hips up and over, and you're going to try and get as close to touching your toes as you can. If this is very uncomfortable, you can bend your your left leg, sorry. Otherwise, try and straighten that leg so you really feel the stretch behind it, the left leg. And you can release your head. From here, release your left leg behind and come all the way up to three-legged dog. Then bring it in towards you and through your hands. You're going to come up into this lunge. You're going to lower your right leg onto the ground, and you're going to come up into prayer pose. You'll twist yourself towards the right and come over with the left elbow in front of the left leg, and really feel that twist on the back of your left leg. Then lower your left hand down. You're going to tuck the right toes under and push yourself up, bringing the right hand up above and over all the way. If you can come into the bind. Yeah, the right hand behind the back and the left arm through underneath the left leg. Then from here, release the hands to the side of your feet. Turn your right leg behind and come up into three-legged dog. Bend your left leg and twist yourself over towards the right. Then bring your left leg through your arms, through your hands, and keep your right leg up, keep it raised, and come down onto your elbows. This is a really intense stretch, so really watch yourself. If this is as far as you can go and that's already intense enough, then that's totally fine. Just if you feel like you're capable, you can come all the way down. Breathing in and out through the nose. You're then going to come back up onto your hands. You're going to straighten the right foot onto the mat. You're going to windmill your hands all the way over towards the right so that your left leg is now straight, your right leg is bent. And from here, lower your right hand down and the left hand up towards the sky. This is a really great hip opener, but it can be intense. You want to aim to have your right foot flat, but if it's too difficult, then of course it's fine to be up on the ball of your foot. Lower the left arm down. Bring the left leg onto the mat, and then you're going to heel toe your feet slightly together. You're then going to turn both feet outwards, and you're going to come slowly up into this goddess squat and really feel yourself deepening into the pose. Breathing in through the nose and out. Come all the way up, bringing your hands together towards prayer and all the way back down. Lower your hands onto the ground Bring your feet facing forward and release yourself back on. And release yourself, moving yourself from side to side. Then turning yourself towards the left hand side, you're going to bring your right leg over and join them together. You're going to slowly raise yourself back up. Then bring your right leg on top of your left knee, and in a prayer pose, come all the way down. Really feeling that stretch behind here and holding it with your balance. Then releasing your hands onto the floor if you can. And then slowly stretching your bent leg into straight. And if you can slowly bring your head towards your knee. And then release. Walking your legs out. Release yourself entirely and bring your hands onto your elbows and moving yourself from side to side. You're then going to come all the way back up, hands down together into prayer. You're going to move your body weight onto your left leg up and come back into crescent lunge. Once you have your balance, come all the way up. Then you're going to flatten your left leg on the back and straighten the right. Moving your hip over towards the side, you're going to bring your right hand down and as much as you can come towards the ground. If here's as far as you can go, or even up here, that's also fine. And then raise the left hand up and turning yourself over towards the left. Then you're going to slightly shorten your stance and heel toe yourself up. Bring your right hand up towards your shin and curving yourself all the way over towards the right. Really feeling that stretch on the left hand side. Then you're going to release your hands onto the ground, turn the left foot round, and try and bring your head down towards, almost like you're trying to touch your toes. Then bending your right leg and bringing it up and back into three-legged dog. From here, you're going to bend it over and bring it in through your legs. Releasing the left knee onto the ground, coming all the way up into prayer pose, and twisting towards the left and feeling that twist, and using the right leg against the right elbow against the right knee to push it again. So you really feel that stretch along the back of your right butt, basically, here. Then putting your right hand onto the ground, pushing the left leg up and stretching up and over towards the right, using your left hand up. Then releasing your left hand down. And you're going to bring your hands between your feet and push your right leg all the way up into three-legged dog, bending it and twisting round. Then up and bringing it back through your hands, sorry. I don't know if I keep saying that with my hands and the feet and mixing them up. Keep your left leg up. you're going to move your hands to the left side of your foot, and if you can, coming down onto your elbows. It's a very intense stretch, so only come down to this if you really feel comfortable. If not, keep yourself up here. Once you're ready, you can come all the way up. You flatten the left leg, you're going to windmill yourself all the way over to the left. Right leg now straight, left leg bent. Right arm going up towards the sky and really feeling the stretch on the left side. Then you're going to push yourself up and tiptoe your feet into a slightly shorter stance. Come all the way down. Then your right foot turning towards the right, left foot to the left, slowly bending your legs simultaneously and coming all the way up to goddess pose. Then stretching yourself all the way up, bringing your hands into prayer, coming all the way back down. Then straighten your legs, turning your feet facing backwards and coming all the way down. And just moving yourself from side to side. Then turning your right foot round towards the right, bringing your left leg up and over. You're going to bring it in front of the right knee, hands down to prayer, and bending all the way down. Breathing in and out through the nose. Then slowly release your hands and straighten your right knee. And if you feel comfortable, you can bring your head all the way down towards your knee. If it's too intense, then keep your knee bent. Don't worry about it. Then release and walk your feet out. Now we're just going to come down into lying down position. So from here, your hands are next to your chest, your feet and your legs are straight, and you're going to simply push yourself all the way up into upward facing dog. And then all the way back down. This time you're only going to come up to cobra, so this means that your stomach, your belly button stays on the mat, and you're going to use your back muscles to come up. So just raising up with minimum effort from your arms, belly button still on the mat, and head all the way back. All the way back. You're going to bring your knees through. We're going to come onto our back. So from here, I want your hips to be, your feet to be hip width distance apart. You should be able to graze your ankles from here, and you're going to slowly raise your hips all the way up. And slowly all the way back down. And then all the way back up. You're going to then bring your legs all the way out as much as you can, and then back together. Knees apart from each other, then back together. And knees again apart from each other, and back together. And then lower all the way down to the ground. Bringing your knees in together and giving them a little hug. and massaging them slightly, massaging the lower part of your spine onto the mat. Then release them back where they were, hip width distance apart, raising the ankles and lift them all the way up. Knees coming away from each other, and then back together, then apart, back together, and then apart, and back together. Lowering yourself down onto the ground, bringing the knees in towards you, and giving yourself a hug. Rocking yourself up. You're going to keep your feet hip width distance apart. Bring your hands, your arms behind you, and you're going to bring yourself up to a tabletop position. Head all the way back, hips all the way up. Breathing in and out through the nose. Lowering yourself back onto the ground. Breathing in and out. On the next breath in, come all the way up. And you're going to straighten your legs out, keeping your hips upwards. Toes together, heels together, hips up, head back. Breathing in and out through the nose. And then releasing yourself all the way down into seated with your legs straight. Bring your hips slightly back, arms up overhead, and come all the way over and try and touch onto your toes. If it's too difficult, then bend your knees slightly or just as far as you can get. But the aim is more to the hips so that your rib cage is on your thighs. That's the most important part. Doesn't really matter if you can touch your toes or not, or how far. It's more to do with the hip coming up and over and onto the thigh. So really bring your hips back a little bit more and bend your knees a little bit so that you can feel it from here. And all the way back up and all the way back down. Bringing your hips behind you and moving from side to side until you feel comfortable. Releasing the head if you feel like it. And coming all the way back up. You're then going to bring your left leg behind. The right leg will be bent. You'll come into pigeon pose. So really feel like you're sitting on your sit bones from here. And you're going to lower yourself down onto the mat, wherever feels comfortable for you. And if you like, you can also try and get your forehead all the way down onto the mat. You'll really feel an intense stretch here. So it's really where it's comfortable for you. But it's a really great pose. Just breathing in and out. And then slowly coming up, you're going to turn and change your leg so your left leg is bent in front, right leg is out straight. Getting comfortable that your hips is in line and coming all the way down. And head lowered on the ground. Then raising yourself all the way back up. You're going to bring your legs out from side to side. The right hand is going to go over towards the left to the 5. The left leg is going to come up and overhead, and you're going to come all the way over to the right side. Really feeling a stretch here on the left. Try and keep the arm away from your ear, so there's a nice distance apart, so it's really coming up and overhead. Toes pointed and breathing in and out. Then opposite side. Left hand over to the right leg. Right arm all the way up and overhead. And coming over to the left leg. Breathing in and out. All the way back up. Both arms up overhead, and you're going to come all the way down in front of you. And if you wish, you can also release your head down onto the ground. Try and keep your toes facing upwards, and then it will keep the stretch. And then slowly lifting yourself all the way up. We're just going to bring our legs out straight in front of us and come down onto our backs. So bring your right leg in towards you, and then straighten all the way up. If you feel more comfortable holding your thigh, that's totally fine. What you want is that the leg is straight, and just grip on to wherever you feel is most comfortable for you. Then bring your right hand to your right leg. You're going to bring it over towards the right. Breathing in and out. Use your left hand to keep your left hip on the mat. Don't let it come over. You really want to keep it in a straight line. Then bring it back to you, give it a little hug, and release. Then the left leg up towards you, giving it a little hug, then straightening it out in front of you and holding wherever is comfortable, if it's the back of the knee, the shin, or even the foot. Ensuring that your hips are in line. Nothing's coming off of the ground, and you're not pushing yourself too much. With the left hand into the inner of the left foot, I'm going to hit the table, bring it over towards the left side. And with the right hand, hold on to the right hips to ensure that it isn't coming off the ground. And when you're ready, you can bring it back up, give it a little hug, and release. Bring the right leg up and bend over, and then you're going to bring it over towards the left side using the help of your left hand. All the way over, you're going to straighten the right arm out towards the right and look over to the right hand side. Breathing in and out, and thanking yourself for coming onto the mat today. Giving yourself this time that you needed. bringing the right leg up and over, releasing it. The left leg up, you're going to bend it and bring it over towards the right. Left arm out to the left side, looking over towards the left. You're going to breathe in and out and simply release. Then bring the legs over, give them a little hug. You're going to join the 2 feet together on the base of the feet and bring them down into butterfly pose, lying down. You're going to use your hands just to slightly support your knees and coming down towards the mat. And you're going to make sure that your back is on the mat. You're not curved. Just breathe in and breathe out. Then release the legs straight, palms facing up. You're just going to relax into Savasana. This is just lying down, just relaxing, giving yourself a minute, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Thanking yourself for giving yourself the time to be here today. The hips can often get very tight from day-to-day activities. Could be from sitting, even from walking, from our general movement. And being able to release them, to open them up a little bit, loosen them out, gives you more mobility to get on and do the things that you want to with the day. I want you to, again, thank yourself for giving yourself this time. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Roll yourself up to seated. And I want to say thank you for joining me on the mat today. And I really hope that it was a good class for yourself, that you gave yourself the time that you needed today. And anytime that you feel like your hips are a little bit tight, you know that you can come back into this class. So thank you. Namaste.